Hi everyone, this is Joyce Fernandez. I'm going to give you a quick tour of our course site. I've received a number of emails this morning, and I know some of you have never taken an online class before, not only an asynchronous one, but you're really doing a lot of independent work with guidance. So I just want to give you a quick look. All right, we're going to turn this around. Here we are. This is what it looks like when you open up our course on Blackboard. I leave a little announcement, and over here is our course materials and our course information. If you go down here to syllabus, you click here, and this is where you will see our syllabus and calendar. In addition, I've also posted all the videos we're going to be using for our discussion boards. So if you want to catch up, or not catch up, but if you want to go ahead and look to see which ones are coming, you cannot participate in the discussion board until the week, but you can see well in advance. And that's a nice, I've always liked to know what's coming next. Go back to the syllabus, go over here, where you'll have the syllabus itself, which is pretty standard, but you should still read through it. Look to see what the student learning outcomes are. Go down here for time expectations. This will take time to get through this every week. And Bristol Online is available. There's the phone number for the Site Lab, which I call regularly when I have any technical issues, and you should too. Over here is my favorite poet, philosopher. She's the late, great Maya Angelou, but I love that quote, "Do the best you can until you know better. But when you know better, do better." And that's what I ask for you to do this semester. Do relax with this. This class was intended for success with a step-by-step, week-by-week practice. Public speaking is a skill, so there's no way to do a skill without taking it slowly and repetitively. There's a lot of repeating in this class. It's like the ocean waters. They come out, they go in, they come out, they go in, and it should feel comfortable and accessible for you. Okay, this is the attendance policy. I'm saying there are 2 absences during the semester that you do not have to say one thing to me about if you miss 2 weeks of class, but get right back on the board. Hopefully they're not 2 weeks together, but we can all get sick. We can all have other distractions, so do not feel like you have to be perfect to be successful in this class. But I will tell you, the students who make a commitment and keep up with it always feel more connected. So you can read through there. It talks about we will rely on instructors' videos like I'm making right now, and I'm asking please look through them. Don't just ignore them or say, oh, I don't have an assignment with that. She's just talking. She's just talking with content. These are numbers that you may need through the course of the semester, like the online learning or a mental health counselor or the site lab or enrollment services or financial aid. So look at those. Over here is how our grades are distributed. The first speech is in the news, 2 to 5 minutes, that's 10%. Next speech is informative, 10%, 4 to 6 minutes. Persuasive, 4 to 6 minutes, 10%. Personal experience, brief opinion, 2 to 5 minutes, 10%. And the final word or free choice presentation, 2 to 5 minutes, 10%. Discussion boards, 10%, with at least 2 to 3 sentences per posting. But don't forget, that's also how I count your attendance. So really, the discussion boards with attendance and discussion board participation is really 20%. So it's important to do. When we get to the journals, which we will do after our first speech, that'll be 10%, and then the final exam 20%. So there it is. Nowhere do you see quizzes for the textbook. Someone asked me today, are we going to be quizzed on the textbook? The answer is no. The textbook is there to supplement what you may not remember from your written communication, because if you have a strong English background, much of what we're going to be talking about this semester will be very familiar to you. But not all of us have that. So the textbook is about oral communication, but they're so closely aligned, some of this will feel like a repeat of your English classes. So here we go. And then we go into the calendar. And right here it says the first week, self-introduction on VoiceThread. You did notice that I said on the VoiceThread that you could have until this Sunday, February 5th, to get it in, because it's the first week we're doing our VoiceThreads. But you'll see after that, it's pretty clear when things are due, and how we roll. And that's it, we roll. Every week there's something to do, but we do get a break. We get a break after the 7th week, and we come right back. And the repetitive nature of the course is what really helps reinforce the material so that you are exposed to it, you can absorb it at your own will, and you can learn from it. And that's the hope. Over here are look at all those weeks. But right now, you're in the student view, which is right here. I go into student view. This is how you see it. You only see 1 week. But the next time you'll see week 2. Then next week you'll see week 3. So do the work that's in that folder for the week. I'm asking you to read this checklist. Here I have the instructions for the self-introduction. I have a video of myself doing the self-introduction and some other information. You should really listen to that. Here is when you're going to be posting your video. Right here, you click on here, and you go over to sign in, as it says. Then you go over here, and you are going to do whatever it says to do. Start the assignment and move on from there. There was a video at the very end of this week that was older, but I did it to show some students how to navigate around VoiceThread, not to be intimidated by it. It's a good tool to house our videos, keep them tidy and hopefully secure. When we're all done with the semester, all of them get deleted. But anyway, back to week 1. So here then there's the discussion board number 1, how I overcame my fear of public speaking, and number 2, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. This one here by Danish, you might get a kick out of it because I can relate to how he's trying to count ums, but really public speaking is not about that. Public speaking is making a connection with your audience and being as comfortable as you can with your words and your body language, and your sound will follow. And then this one by Lovey, Ayla Ajali. I met her, well, I didn't meet her, but I heard her on a podcast out of Chicago years ago. I enjoy her energy a lot. So I was thrilled when I found a video that I could incorporate in our class. Press create thread. You know how to do that. Charlie Brown is just for fun. And on the discussion boards, I give a series of prompts. Like, let's go to the first one. Click create thread, and here it is. You're going to watch this. Now, if you want, if this is too small and it doesn't get larger, then just look at the title and put it into YouTube and watch it from there. Then here I have all these words, and then I give you some ideas of what you could, how you could answer for a response. But you do not have to answer every one of these questions. No, just if one of them hits home, one of them makes more sense, then that's what you're going to write down in here. Maybe none of these prompts make any sense to you, and this is true for the whole semester. Perhaps you watch the video and you have another response, another thought about it, and I'm not hitting on it with these questions. That's fine. Then you write that down. This class is a chance for you to work on your own opinions, to start to meet your own voice and understand that you have your own thinking patterns. You do not have to rely on a chat bot or whatever those what the GBTs are, where they'll artificial intelligence will write your copy for you. You can use your own analytical skills and come up with your own opinions. And then this is a handout. The benefits of public speaking can be very motivational to read this. And right here, of course, is the cute Charlie, I think it's cute, Charlie Brown and his experience with public speaking. Down here is the video that I mentioned on using VoiceThread if you still feel stuck. Most students, they do it once, they realize what they really have to do is save their work and to submit, and that way they'll get to the student gallery. This is our textbook here, and how I always do the textbook. I always go into PDF, but you could go into an ebook, or you could do it in any other format that makes sense for you. For me, it's PDF. And then I say, okay, there's the book, and I'm asking you to go into the annex, which is at the end, and there are 5 sections, and I'm asking you to read each one of them. So this is the, I called it the annex, but they call it the appendix. So at the very end, your first speech and then just read these 5 places right here. It's interesting they put number 1 at the bottom, and this is the public speaking pyramid, which everything else works from. So this appendix is a great review of the content we'll be covering throughout the semester, and to reestablish some of these foundational truths that are true for written communication and oral communication, such as that every presentation is going to have an introduction, body, and conclusion, except for your self-introduction. That can be very informal. You do not have to feel like you have to follow any format for that. That's just free speaking. Now, why my computer is making these, you already know that I do not have technical savvy. That's why I've said over and over again, if you have any technical issues, please call the Site Lab or the help desk. Do not tell me, you can tell me you're having troubles, but I can't immediately fix them, because doing the diagnostics is not quick for me. I would have to really think, and sometimes, then I can. If you notice, my phone is working much better as far as I'm not being fuzzy. Last time I did a video outside, it was fuzzy when I looked at myself, so I kept turning it around. Finally, I went to the Site Lab, and I said, I can't get my screen to be clear. And Asani, who is the most charming person in the world, she said, well, Joyce, and she takes my hand, and we walk over to the desk, and we get some wet wipes, and she says, you just have to wash your lens. I'm like, oh my goodness. And I'm a person who loves photography. I'm always cleaning the lenses off my cameras, off my GoPro. I'm always clearing them. I cleaned the lens on the other side of this camera, of this phone, so I can make good clear shots. But to do it in the front, that little tiny dot, who knows what was in there. I just took a little wet wipe and I cleaned it up, and voila. So I do not need a new phone. But that's why, do not call me for technology. Call them. Call either the Site Lab or call the help desk. There's always help Monday through Friday, so make sure you call them, and don't suffer in silence, and don't struggle. All right, I think this is enough of a tour. I do not know why my computer was making those buzzing sounds. I don't know.